Test 1 2, test 1 2. How is it going? Let me set up 1 second and we will begin with the boop, boop. Alright.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. How is it going, ladies and gentlemen? We have some interesting things to react to today. Don't know how long this is gonna go, but we're gonna get into some crazy situations that seem to have come down, and let's see what's going on. The first one is a streamer by the name of Tectone. You might not know him. He's a fairly big streamer in the React space. He got swatted today, and we're gonna find out about just exactly what went down. Now, oops.
I guess we can talk about it. Pretty crazy thumbnail and pretty crazy title. I guess we can talk about it. Pretty crazy thumbnail and pretty crazy title. But I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit of story time about what's been going on in my life and what happened yesterday. I got swatted, but it was my first time, by the way. But I want to give you a little bit of lead up to what's been.
Damn. That he's not the first streamer to be swatted. I know a couple of VTubers were swatted. I don't know if Asmongold was swatted, but I know Nux, I believe. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, Nux was swatted. Nux was swatted. A bunch of streamers have been swatted. It's an absolutely despicable, deranged, and detestable thing to do to another person because you could very likely wind up costing that person their lives because the thing about SWAT teams is they burst in first and announce themselves second. And to a person who's, an average person is not expecting a SWAT team to bust through their door. They're not going to think, oh, that's a SWAT team. I should comply. They're going to think, oh, it's a gang of armed criminals coming at the door. I should defend myself. And that's when bad things happen. And the person who called would be the one responsible.
Going on. And I'm just going to be completely transparent with you guys. I'm a very paranoid individual. I have many, and I real quick, my mod's showing context real quick. My mod's showing context. Just so you guys see this. This is a real image. This was taken from last night. But yeah, I was in fact swatted.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck, Techie, what the bro? Oh my god. Okay, first of all, we will get to that, but oh my, I mean, I can't talk. I can't talk, and you, my friends, will know this is these are rookie numbers if you're talking about like I have like several hundred tabs open on my phone's Safari browser, but good lord, Techie, these are all YouTube videos. I hope they're not all loaded in. God damn, that is so many tabs, Techie. Techie, my guy. My guy. Techie. Alright, but yeah, there's Tectone on shot on what appears to be a potato. And there are the officers. Oof. That's rough. Luckily everything turned out fine, but let's find out more about this.
Last night. So I'll give you guys a little bit of context. I'm a very paranoid man, and it's often hard at times to understand: is my paranoia valid or is it not? Some people call it hypervigilance. Some people call it paranoia. I have lived a life where I've always felt like there were people trying to kill me. I am also schizophrenic, so a little bit of lore. I was diagnosed in freshman year of college back in 2012, but I'd always been seeing things since I was young. However, I will say this: I pretty much don't see anything, don't hear anything anymore. Maybe like once a month. I don't know how, but I just feel like I've got it under control, and even when I do see things, it doesn't really affect me. I have been going into more.
I didn't know that about him. I didn't know Techie struggled with that. Oh shit. Happy 420, everyone.
Serious content lately, more controversial content lately, because I've been given this opportunity to do so. And it's been a lot of fun because I actually get to think about things and expand my knowledge about the world and try to expand my worldview and try to talk about issues that I think matter and can maybe enlighten people to having perspectives that would, benefit the world and their lives a little bit more. But things have been getting a little bit weird. I've been betrayed by a lot of people who I greatly cared about. I've been betrayed by people who I've been taking very well care of before, and it's happened once. It'll happen 1,000 times, and it'll continue to happen for the rest of my life.
Yeah, same thing with Nux. Nux has so many fucking knives in his back. He's basically a cutlery set.
Because the world is a very cruel place. At least that's how I feel these days. Um, I have around maybe 8 security cameras installed around my home. I can see every inch of perimeter that's around my house. There's not a
That's so smart. That is both based and smart.
single blind spot, and I own many guns. Uh,
Also based and smart. Always good to be able to protect yourself because when seconds matter, help is minutes away.
but things started to get weird a couple of weeks ago because there was this one car that kept on pulling up in front of my house. The person in the car I didn't recognize, and then they'd leave. Same person would pull up and then they'd leave. And shit like that's like the shit that fucks with me because I'm like, who is that guy? Why do they keep on parking in front of my house? And why do they keep on leaving? Like, are they DoorDash? Are they this or that? And then I'd review the security cameras. I'd watch them sit there for an hour and 45 minutes, just sitting in front of my house, not doing anything, just sitting there. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll keep tabs of that. Strange.
See, that's exactly why you take these measures because you catch it at least then you can be on alert and be like, okay, this suspicious ass motherfucker keeps coming around, and I'm just gonna be ready every time he comes around. I'm gonna be on alert because I mean you can't do anything. He's parked on the street. It's suspicious, but it's not illegal. It's just sussy as fuck. So you just gotta be prepared.
But the other night, this was maybe like 3, 4 days ago, I'm streaming. It's 11:30 in the morning, and my internet goes out, and I'm confused. I restart the router. And I don't know what's going on. And then I, call them. They say there's an internet outage in your area. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, when's it done? Okay, sure. All right, I'll wait. Then I walk outside and I see my cables from underneath the ground have been pulled up and slashed. Someone slashed my fucking internet cables.
Fucking what now? Oh shit, that's some scary shit right there. Nah, that's
And I
that's
couldn't check to see who it was. About 14 hours.
is that the SWAT team? I mean, it seems like something the SWAT team might want to do so that you can't, communicate with the outside world or like ring in for help or some shit. I don't know.
Later, I reviewed the security footage, and it was actually just my old Asian neighbor, and
Oh.
he was gardening. But
Oh. Sometimes it is just something as simple as that.
it freaked me the hell out. It did. It did freak me the hell out because I was like, damn, who the fuck did that? Right? Why though? Because they were gardening. They were like getting weeds, and they slashed my internet cable. But anyways, that takes us forward to last night. And the things on the internet that I've experienced are there are people who have come to my house There are people who have said, if you play this game, I'm going to kill you. If you talk about this topic, I'm going to kill you. There have been people who have, approached me in real life. They've called me a white devil.
And this is one of the reasons I am a VTuber, because I don't want motherfuckers to approach me in real life. Cause if you approach me in real life and you don't like what I got to say, you better still keep your fucking distance. Don't approach me in real life. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it.
Called me other slurs for white people. Not that anybody gives a fuck. They've come at me, called me a raging faggot, coordinated people to harass me via Discord and found me in real life to do this shit. Thankfully, now I'm strapped, so I don't care, but I used to not be. But I've received a lot of harassment in my life, and yesterday was a new chapter. And I know I'm taking it kind of lightly, and I know it's very serious, but you got to understand at this point I've seen it all, I've been through it all.
I mean, yeah, it's super serious. They're sending, when they send a SWAT team out, these dudes are in body armor and fucking masks with night vision and fucking assault rifles. And they're coming in throwing flashbangs and shit. It's like a military operation. And that's why I think swatting needs to be punished way more harshly than what it is, because it is a form of attempted murder. Because what you're trying to get them to do is either to go and, I mean, obviously they're not going to be in prison, because the act of swatting is lying about someone and saying they're doing something that they're not doing to get a SWAT team to show up at their house. But it's what you're trying to do is you aren't trying to get them in trouble with the law. You're trying to get them hurt, because you're trying to use the moment of surprise as the SWAT team enters to facilitate, essentially murder by police. If you've ever heard of suicide by cop, that's when someone crashes out so hard in front of the cops that they essentially force the cops to end their lives. And some people do sadly use this as a way of releasing themselves from the PC box to not get fucking dinged by YouTube censors. But yeah, well, this is essentially the opposite of that. It's attempted murder by cop. And it needs to be treated as a form of attempted murder, because this is something that needs to be fucking. This is something that people need to know. If you do this, and if you call on someone and it's not a fucking real threat, and you're doing this for malicious intent, there will be harsh consequences for you. And there need to be fucking harsh consequences, because people have been killed by SWAT officers in these things, and it's fucked up.
And I'm kind of making this video because even though I'm taking this very well, I want to explain the danger to this and why I think it's happening. So last night, I order some food. I order one of my favorite restaurants in Austin, Texas. It's called Honest Mary's. It's delicious, very healthy, very clean food. They deliver. They leave me my little chicken, sweet potato, and my sweet onions, and I get that from me and Sophia. And they leave. I say thank you. About 30 seconds later, I hear a loud knocking on the door, and I'm like, damn, bro, relax. Like, what? Did you forget to give me my drink or something? Give me a fucking heart attack. I hate when people knock on my door. I fucking hate it. I've gone off on many door-to-door salesmen saying, brother, leave me the fuck alone. Like, dude, is this an unskippable ad? Like, why are you showing?
An unskippable ad. Yeah, I too don't like being disturbed at home. And unfortunately, when you live on the first floor, sometimes that happens.
Up to my fucking house? Can I get YouTube Premium to skip these fucking ads? Anyways, loud ass knocking. I go to open the door, and as I'm opening this door, I can't remember how many fucking police officers it was, but a large amount of police officers come into my home, and they take me out of my home. I immediately put my hands up, and I say, "Hey, officers, this is a streamer house. I think I'm getting pranked. Please do not hurt my cats. Please do not hurt my dog." Because obviously I have 3 cats that I love very much, Banjo, Eggy, and Simba. And I have a dog, Mango. And in case you don't
I didn't know we had 3 cats.
know, in swatting, when you get swatted, if an animal interferes with a police investigation of your home, they can kill them. If it interferes, if it causes them any inconvenience, they will kill them with the suspicion that it could potentially save a life by killing your animals. And the more and more I'm talking about this, I guess the more and more of the reality
Yeah, you see why this is such a fucking terrible thing to do to people, and why this needs to be punished extremely severely.
of the situation is kicking in, where I realized that last night I could have lost the lives of my pets from doing nothing. They pull me out, they go inside, they interrogate Sophia, they go upstairs, they check all the rooms, they go downstairs, they check all the rooms. Ironically, besides Jenazad's room, they don't go into Jenazad's room, they don't go into the attic, but they check every single room. They interrogate Sophia, they interrogate Anna. They ask them, I hear them from outside, has he ever done anything wrong to you? Has he done this? Has he done that? Has he touched you? Has he done this shit? Is he raping you? Like, has he done anything to you sexually that you don't want? And they come back outside, and I think it was like 3, maybe 4 officers pull me out to the front of my porch, and they say, "So, have you had any type of altercation, or have you ever yelled, or have you argued, or have you ever hurt any of these women inside your home?" And I say, and by the way, the entire time my hands are up, the entire time. I do not put my hands down because I'm just trying to cooperate here. I'm just cooperating. The officer says, mid-sentence, like, "Hey man, you can put your hands down. It's okay. I can see that you're trying to work with us." And I say, "Thank you. Like, anything you want to know, please, like, just ask me. I'm here to help you guys." And I said, "No. I mean, I guess Jenazad got upset at my dog last night. He yelled at my dog." And I said, "Well, then that's like the only thing I can even remember of anybody raising their voice. Like, Mango was trying to eat his pizza and he got angry." And they said, "Okay, well, that's not it." And I said, "Is there like a reason why you guys are here in my house?" And they told me that they got a report that I was raping women in my house and that I had 8 hostages in my home. And I asked, "Well, who said that?" I said, "Well,
And of course, they can't say.
who said that?" And they said, "Well, we can't tell you that."
How did I know?
And then I started listing names of the people who I think would have done that. I'm not going to say who those are. I invite him inside.
I have a list of suspects as well, and I'm pretty sure it's a very similar list to Techies. Because I know the kind of people who would resort to that low life scumbag tactic.
I talk to them for a little bit. They apologize with the whole ordeal. They mark my house down as a streamer house to where the police will be more cognizant and my house will never be swatted ever again. As well as my future house that I'm moving to has already been whitelisted and will never be swatted, which is great. So I'm safe from this from now on. We talk about how horrible it is that people do this to streamers. Any potential people who I think might be harassing me, I give them some names. From schizos to streamers, I name them all, just to kind of like set off a warning flag in case they hear one of those names calling about me.
I hope whoever did this, I hope they trace it back, and I hope they find the motherfucker.
Because I think I know who did this. And I actually don't think it's a chatter. I don't think it's just. I don't think it's a schizo. I actually think it's a streamer.
Techie, you and I, one brain cell. We're uh, we're on the wavelength here, because I'm thinking the same fucking thing.
I think it's a content creator. Yeah, and it's not Miz. It's if it was Miz, I would just say Miz. It's not Miz. I think I know who it is because I think there is someone in this town who wants me to kill myself. I genuinely do. No, I don't think it's Hassan either. I think it's
No, he wouldn't get his own hands dirty. He would have one of his orbiters do it. He's got too much clout to actually do the dirty work. The scumbag cocksucker. I do not like Hassan Piker. He can go suck a massive cock.
well. I feel like it's pretty obvious who I think it is, guys. The person who really doesn't want me to talk about him. I feel like it's incredibly obvious. And I do think this person is trying to stress me out mentally enough to where
I'm not saying it.
I kill myself. I do. Because they know what I am going to say. They know the widespread coverage is going to happen. And the narrative of me is going to shift so drastically. Because when I'm allowed to tell the story that I'm going to tell you guys, with proof, by the way, with receipts of everything that I'm saying, including legal court documents, when I'm allowed to tell you guys the story that I'm allowed to tell you guys, it is going to change everything. It is. And I think it's very scary. And maybe this is my paranoia getting me. It could have just been a random schizo or chatter. And if it is, that's even more pathetic because me being outspoken of my opinions makes you want to come to my house and try to get me killed. My pets, my animals,
Yeah, that's some scumbaggery, and unfortunately, there's a lot of people in the world who have that scumbaggish mentality.
my girlfriend, my close friends. You want to get us hurt? You want to get us killed because I'm outspoken about gotcha games? Because I'm a little bit more conservative with my viewpoint on life? Because I've called your streamers what they are, horrible pieces of shit? You want to try to kill me? This is insane.
It's pathetic. It's disgusting. It's deplorable.
You are pathetic.
Techie, techie, out of my head, man. Out of my head, bro.
And to be honest, all you've done is make me stronger. All you've done was give me a hit tweet. All you've done is give me a clickbait stream title. All you've done is give me a banger YouTube video that's going to be a 1 of 10. And now all you've done is make it to where these people who are conspiring to try to hurt me over me merely telling the truth online, it makes your side look insane. You've added another chapter to my storybook that I get to tell one day as a cautionary tale of do not get involved in the streamer world because my God, chatters and streamers alike are retarded. You're going to try to kill me by getting the police called on me. You're going to try to get my animals hurt. Well, unfortunately for you, once
You
again,
failed. You failed. Get fucked.
I am still alive. Unfortunately for you, I thought it was funny. To be fair, I was spooked for like 10 seconds. I was spooked for like 10 seconds. But then after that, I was just kind of just talking to police officers about donut operator and how stupid motherfuckers are that actually do this shit. So to be honest, good job. You tried. You did nothing. Everybody's cool. What's funny is Sophia and Anna didn't even care. And Jenazad just stayed in his room and kept sleeping. Then came out 30 minutes later and was like, hey, I heard the police out here, but I didn't want to make it more confusing, so I just stayed in my room. Mango got pet by every police officer, and everybody loved Eggy. Nobody pet Simba, unfortunately. So, you tried once again, but like, I mean, this shit's getting fucking pathetic, man. Just understand that what's happening is going to happen. And I hate to disappoint you even further, but because I'm such a paranoid man, that even if I die, even if I get killed, even if I commit suicide, I would